Eleanor, you want to start this one?
Sure. Well, the idea of a photograph is the juxtaposition of the poster and the woman, and the gesture is really interesting. And then you have like all these little details, like the color blue is coming back, the red also. But I just think it's too far to make that connection. Like all the rest of the picture is not that interesting. If the photographer wants to focus on that, then I think that's what the picture needs to be about, not about the windows on the side. But she's a very interesting figure. I don't know what's going on. I hope she's okay. And the poster is good. The gesture of a hand is working well. The two hands. So I think that scene was really good to start with. It just feels like it was just shot like just straight on when something else could have happened to make that connection a bit more interesting.
Okay, Matt?
I think it's okay. I like the color. I like the reflection of the color of the door, the sort of brass feeling. I think that it would have been better had the photographer got a bit closer. It might have been tricky. Although I actually don't know whether the woman is upset or whether the woman is upset with the photographer taking her photograph. So maybe she wasn't upset before the photographer took the picture, but that's maybe for the photographer to answer or not. I think the shapes of the doors are quite interesting. There's almost like there's the poster of the woman scratching her arm. She's naked, and there's obviously there's the two. Maybe it could be the two shapes, the door and the window. If you'd have got a bit closer, I think it would have been a bit more powerful. She's stuck in the middle of those big doors. I don't know. Maybe the fact that she's so small works. It's pretty straight on. And I'd like it to have been a little bit more unbalanced, a little bit, this is a sad situation, and I think that the picture is looking pretty perfect and pretty clean, and I would have actually liked it to have been a little bit more fucked up. First swear word of the slam. So yeah, I would have liked it to have been a bit more less perfect.
Yes. Okay, Fulvio.
Yeah. Not so bad to me. In a way, I love the balance. It's quite well balanced, the picture. I can understand perfectly the opinion of Matt, but in some occasion it's not so bad to me. So well balanced, and the symmetry also on the floor. I don't like the sign, the park sign on the left side of the picture. And I was thinking something else, since at the first glance is not so good, the picture, and probably is to me the white wall. I don't like so much the picture with a lot of white, probably just to me, but often our attention goes immediately where the main light is. And also the white is really important, is a kind of strong light, kind of. And this background so bright, to me, is not good at all. Yeah. Okay. So even if the sign, the paint on the wall, and the position of the lady, of the girl, is quite interesting, and the colors too. But the background, the white wall, is the worst thing, in my opinion.
Okay.
Also, one other thing. This picture is very middle distance. It's very, very far back, and it's very two-dimensional. And this is the type of photograph where you almost want someone to walk into the picture.
Yeah.
You want to wait just a bit longer and have someone in the right-hand corner. Even if it's a blur.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
It's too flat, probably.
Yeah, it's too flat.
Yeah.
It's quite boring to look at.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see the scores. I have a bad feeling about this one, but that's not too bad. 2, and Eleanor 3. So
better than the first one, in my opinion.
Yeah. This picture is from Richard Cashin from Canada, also.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say Richard Calvar. I'd have been...
Richard, yeah, is the Canadian cousin. All right, let's move on to the next one so we can get more. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Shall I start?
Matt, yeah.
Well, I think this one's great.
Okay.
Because obviously she's somewhere weird and wonderful, but the what she's wearing, and you know, it's like a acid trip, and I think pictures like this, we should all be taking more acid trip pictures. I don't know where she is, I don't know why she's there, I don't know what she's doing, I don't know anything really, and that's good. The colors work, and she's kind of floating into space, and yeah, for me, it brings back all sorts of great drug memories, and so
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Okay, good. Eleanor?
I also really like that picture. The scene is great. She's great, whatever, and how she's dressed. The fact that she's on her phone, not really paying attention to her really weird surrounding. I think it's well lit, well exposed, all of that. Normally, I would say that she needs a bit more space on the bottom of, like, just under her feet. But actually, I quite like that she's like so stuck in the corner here. I think it really helps, you know, emphasize the galaxies and the planets around her. So I quite like that the photographer made that choice to have her so low in the frame. Yeah, it's a really fun image. It's just weird enough. Like I like my images.
Okay.
Yeah, for me too. It's interesting, but I don't like so much the feet. Yeah, and probably, I don't know, probably more space, or we can try to cut. I don't know, not in. I don't like to use post production, or I mean crop, but during the shot you can try to take some different picture. Of course, the colors and all the frame is full of stuff and planets and colors, so it is quite good. Yeah, really good.
He looks half astronaut and half rocket, you know, the shape. And I just think there's lots of things that you can sort of make up for yourself. And definitely as a color photographer, it's very strong. So
Good. All right, let's see the scores for the acid trip. All right, 3 from Fulvio. Wow, 4 and 4. Wow, okay. Drugs do wonders.
I'm waiting.
Is it
for.
just the feet?
Yeah, no, you know, probably
1 point
I have
for the
to
feet.
say that the composition is great, but I don't like the light, and I think that often or always the picture is made by light, and in this case, of course, it's full of colors. It's amazing, the composition, but to me, it's just 3. Waiting for the 4 or 5.
I don't think there's such a thing as a 5. No.
Okay.
5 doesn't exist.
Well, we don't know.
No,
we'll see what's coming.
5 changes your life, so we'll see.
All right, so this picture was sent by Kuo Chiao Lin from
5.
Taiwan.
5. This is
From
5.
Taiwan. Huh?
No, I'm joking.
No, okay. All right, let's move on to the next one so we can see.
Okay, no.
Yes, who's going to start? Fulvio.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my God.
Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I love the shadow, the shapes. Yeah, we can. Oh, thanks a lot. From here, much better. Okay, probably you have to see again the picture of me. So. Okay, the shadow and the shapes, many different shapes and lines, not bad. Some diagonals, but too empty in the first, in the foreground, and too flat. not so interesting. I mean, the picture is probably just where the piece of tree, I don't know, some piece of wood on the net, or I don't know. Probably the picture is down there where the shadows are and where the wall is. I mean,
yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So, Eleanor, you want to go next? Yeah.
Yeah, I think this wants to be a horizontal shot, not a vertical one. Or, I agree. I'm not crazy about the whole bottom part. That's very empty, and I don't feel like the proportions are really helping the photograph, and there's just not enough detail to keep your interest there. Yeah, I think it would be better. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that word tree. I'm still not crazy about the photograph.
Okay. Matt?
I think I often talk about cropping to students and things like that. And this particular picture, I think it needs about a 60% crop. And that generally that's too much. You should have got it right in the camera. And definitely the bottom of the picture shouldn't be there. That all of that tarmac shouldn't be there. And maybe it's something like this. I don't know. But cropping it by 60% means you messed up. I don't think it's. Definitely not close enough. Potentially the picture is around here. And maybe it's a black and white picture. I don't know.
Okay.
I would have spent a lot of time trying to make something
to justify it.
to make something out of it, and I just don't think. I don't think.
Let's just go to the scores.
Okay.
Because we're trying to justify this.
Sure.
All right. Let's see. There is no zero, so 1, and 2. Okay. This picture is from Janousis Vasileos from Greece. So we got the scores?
As long as he's not here.
I don't think he's here. Hopefully not. Because he'll come after you.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, let's move to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to start this one?
I don't know. It's
Yes.
okay for me. I can say that I love to try to judge the picture at the first glance. And when Eleanor put this picture, I said, okay, not bad. So I can say this is, in my opinion, much more interesting than the picture before. I mean, the light, not perfect. I mean, perfect means nothing. But the man down there in the light and without hair is terrible. I totally hate the people in the picture without hair. Okay. And I love red, and so the main subject in red and some red. The light is amazing. Probably is a good spot inside this market, probably. But you could better in that good spot, in my opinion, in that good place with a good spot of light. Not bad the idea I love the idea to shoot in that position, in that place, but okay, probably too mess. I don't like so much of course, the overlapping of these people and the two white bags and the white lamps. So the white for me is something really, really, the white is terrible to me, but the light is great. I can say this one.
So you basically talked yourself out of it, haven't you? You started with really liking it, and at the end of it, it's terrible.
You know, often it's not so easy to find the right light.
Yes.
And to me, in photography, the light is 80% of the picture.
Yes.
And so, starting from the light, it's okay.
Okay. Let's, you want to...
Sure.
Yeah.
think it is a good place to stop, but I don't think the person stopped that place at the right time. So the man in the red is not enough. I don't think Jesus, sunshine happens on a good day. And this is what has been recorded here is sunshine, but I don't think there's much more. I'm sure it was a nice day. But I don't think there's enough in the picture to warrant pressing the button. Okay. So I'm sorry, and I'm also like the red thing. I'm not. If you love red, I'll give you a red piece of paper. I can have 100% red.
I mean, the subject is in red, and so I'm quite happy about that. And yeah.
Can we slam the other judges?
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, this is a photo slam. It didn't have to be the photo. You can.
Okay.
All right, Eleanor, you want to go? Yeah.
Sure. I don't have very much to add here because it's all been said. Although I don't mind the lady with the bags. That's the one thing where I disagree. But yeah, I'm not crazy about all the characters on the left. Even the main character, I don't know that he's quite interesting enough. Aside from the fact that he has a red jacket. But yeah, the light is beautiful. One thing that I do love in this picture is the little light on the bottom of the picture. I think it's very pretty. Yeah.
Love is a big word.
I appreciate that. I take it back. I appreciate it. I think that's very pretty. But yeah, it's a good situation to start with. But I agree that's not probably the best shot in that location.
Okay, let's see the scores then, and see what. Wow. Okay, 1, 3, and 2. And this picture is from Danutas Tamaraksa from Thailand.
Okay, it's not from Milan.
Not from, yeah, it's not here either. So that's good. You're safe for now. All right, let's move to the next one. Okay. And black and white, so we're going to probably start with Eleanor. I have a feeling Eleanor wants to say a few words.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's a great situation. I love shooting from above. It's just such a good way to turn something kind of boring into something more interesting. And I like the steps here. All of these really graphic lines are really helping the photo. Obviously, the two circles are good. I think it's really well done for that situation. I quite like this picture. I don't know if I would hang it in my house, but I like it.
Okay.
I agree. The geometry is great and composition is good. And the umbrella is not so good, in my opinion, but probably without the umbrella and the people. I don't know, the geometry, it's okay, but it's quite boring. I mean, nothing happened in the picture. But the geometry is great, and the diagonals of the steps, and you can imagine a lot of people walking, and different people, not a lot, but yeah, different. And probably just the same people, just only people walking around all the time. But yeah, it's not bad. The composition is interesting, well balanced, and it's okay.
I don't want to be like the bad dude.
Too late.
This is one of those photographs that you are supposed to like, because you've seen it so many times. You know those feet in the snow. You've seen the feet in the snow. Julie, street repeat, Julie. Do the feet in the snow one, because there's a few. And it's from above, and there's going to be an umbrella, and there's going to be all these feet walking through, and you're going to go, and it reminds you of like those sunset pictures that you see all the time, and your brain goes, sunset, no, this is good, yeah. And it actually, I don't think it's that good. I think we're just exposed to this sort of stuff. And this is a graphic photograph from above in the snow, and I think it could do with some color, I think it could be more interesting. And I definitely think it's something that we are overexposed to, and we kind of go, oh yeah, this is good. You know, this is good. But why is it good? It's good because you're familiar. It's something that you are overexposed to.
But it's color, right? The picture.
It is a color picture, but I'm saying, you know, Paul,
you need some color.
You know, Paul Lowe has a picture with feet prints in the snow, and there's blood there. And then
do you need the red?
Well, hey, I think it needs a sprinkle of blood.
At the end?
No, I'm being provocative, but I do think that it could do with something else, because I know that I know what it is.
Okay, sounds good. So let's see the scores then. All right, let's look at. Well, that's not 2. Okay, that's not bad. 2, 2, and 3. Okay. It was, okay, and this picture is from Patrick Droning from the Netherlands. All right, let's move on to the next slide. And whoever wants to start, who wants to
They're hogging the screen, I can't see it.
Huh?
They're hogging the screen.
Yeah, they are, yes. That's a...
Yeah.
We always move the computer.
Ah, sorry. Yeah.
So, Matt, go ahead and start. The bad guy. Yeah.
No, I think this is very good. I don't really understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So
this is a good point.
When you don't understand it, for me, that's a good thing. It could be a dream of some sort. It could be a nightmare. I don't understand it. I don't know how it's been done. I don't have many answers to this photograph, which is a good thing. And so I think it's well done. It's intriguing, and it's not like something that I've seen many times before. So it's going to get more than a 2.
Okay. Wow. That would be something to see. Okay.
Yeah. For me too, often when I see this picture, I think at the double exposition, but for sure this is not the case. I hope it. But since it's just because often can happen, or sometimes, but in this case, I think the picture is great if we don't think at the double exposition. And I really love the atmosphere, the lady, the face, the hand so close, the fingers are really interesting, and the background with another cars, the umbrella, it's in a way is a kind of, I don't want to say too much, but a kind of Soul Later in black and white, and so for me it's the best picture of this series until now.
Okay, that's Eleanor.
Yeah, I really like this picture. I love that effect that looks like a collage, but you know it's not, but you can't really figure out where you are. It has this very surreal feel. And like the two hands responding to each other. I also love like all the stripes that are running through the image, all the way up to the sky. That is very painterly and very stripy. It's an enigma, and it's really interesting, and I would love it on my wall.
Perfect. All right, let's see those scores, and this picture. Yeah, let's see the scores. Wow. Okay, 4. Uh-oh. Whoa. All right. 4. Whoa. 5, 4, and 5. Wow. It beat the acid rain picture. Yeah. Okay. The drugs.
I can't work it out. I don't understand it.
Yes.
I haven't seen this before.
All right. This is Nikos Konidaris from Greece. So Nikos.
Nice one, Nikos.
Let's go next one. Okay. This one. Matt has to start this one.
No.
Huh?
I think it's Eleanor's turn to
Eleanor?
start.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's start Eleanor.
This doesn't quite work for me. I mean, it's the detail, of course, is funny, but I mean, actually, I don't know if I've seen legs coming out of a car before, but just like a cutout person, I've seen a lot. This picture also feels kind of bright to me, and that's a little distracting. I think the photographer had time to kind of move around because obviously whatever legs are coming out is not really paying attention to him or her. So I think there's a lot more to do and try to have a composition that was a bit more interesting, getting a little closer. All of that left side has no information really that's relevant. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to notice on the street, but I'm just not crazy about the photograph.
Okay. Fulvio?
Yeah, thank you, Juan. Yeah, I don't like the picture for the light. This is the main reason. And yeah, but you know, for me, is I've already explained. Yes. The light is terrible to me, and so it's not a good picture. And also the background is too dirty. I mean, and too white again. And it's interesting for the main subject, but our picture, the picture is the whole frame, not just the subject or just the background. Is a mix between these two important stuff and things: subject, action. Okay, but subject and background. And in this case, it's just okay. Look at the subject, look at these two legs. Interesting, but not enough for a good picture. And so, yes.
Okay. All right. No. Matt?
So this is a kind of photograph that when you see it, you should put it somewhere else. So the photographer has gone, the legs, and just plonked it straight in the middle. And I wonder, and we have all of the answers to this picture in that there are a pair of legs hanging out the back of the car. Potentially, there's a more interesting photograph with these flowers on the right-hand side, these hooks, these red and white hooks, and then you could put the legs to the left of the picture. Disregard the big, the heart. The thing that makes your heart jump out of your mouth. And this is what I think one of the really important things that a lot of really good photographers do, that they can go, and then they go, and I'll stick you over there. Stick it to level 2. Whereas this photographer has gone, level 1, straight in the middle, sensor, straight in the middle of the autofocus point. And actually, if you look at the picture, the left-hand side, maybe 2/3 of that picture are not of any use to us whatsoever. I really think that the photograph starts to happen around here, but this is just empty space. I also, I think that the photographer could have been cooler.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? Just cooler in that, cooler, that's interesting, and then let's mess it up a bit. Let's disregard the really big.
Not so obvious.
Not so obvious. Yeah. Okay. Is it yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's see the scores. 1 from Fulvio and 2 from Eleanor and 2 from Matt. Okay. So we have a 1, Eleanor, just in case. Do you have it? Okay. All right, this picture. Okay, this picture came from Sorin Suciu from Romania. All right, let's switch to the next one. We're gonna move on a little faster, so we get to most of them. And this is good, right? So the light was Fulvio.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I love the light and colors, first of all. Okay, different layers, so not bad. Some diagonals, real. The shadow is a good diagonals, and the position of the 3 people is quite interesting. The shadow, not the shadow, the silhouette of the last man, and the composition is dirty. Yeah, again, you know, it's not. It's really difficult, guys. You know, it's really difficult to take a great picture since there are so many things. And in this case, you should, yeah, the feet of the man are missing. And again, the white car for me is a problem. I love the blue sky on the top of the picture, but again, it's dirty. No, you know. Okay, dirty, yeah. Yeah. So since I don't love the perfect picture, it doesn't exist. But if you can use the crop, this is the right situation to me. You don't need to crop too much, just a little bit, and you can clean a little bit your picture.
Yes. Okay, Matt.
And so sorry for laughing, but I just thought it was a good term. I think the man in the foreground is his legs being cut off is a problem, and this is something that we all do. Every single photographer will look at a picture, you know, at some point in their lives and go, I can't believe I cut off his feet. And that's because you're so busy looking at their face. You just forget that last 10% of the frame. But it's a crucial 10% of the frame. And this particular man, I think, needed to be shot halfway up. So you can't crop his feet off. His feet need to be in or out. But you could have cropped him halfway, and that would have involved being quite a lot closer. So this picture, again, feels a little bit distant to me. I would have liked the photographer to have got in a bit closer. I think the colors are working for him, and potentially this guy is going to be hanging out there smoking that cigarette for a while. He doesn't look like he's moved much. So maybe it's a bit more of a weight that the photographer needed to do. I don't think it's a terrible picture. As Fulvio said, the light and the color is working for the photographer, but I do think that the photographer needs to be closer. And you know what? I mean, the man in the foreground is the key to this picture because he is the most interesting thing. The others are just walking through it. There's not any huge interest about them apart from the shape of the middle man. The shadow, the guy on the left, I don't think he's bringing much to the party. So yeah, the man in the foreground is most important, and I do believe the photographer needs to get closer so we could see that guy a little bit better.
Okay. All right, let's see. What do you think? Sorry. Go ahead.
Not that I have all that much to add because I mostly agree with everyone. I do want to, recognize that the photographer has a very good sense of, as has been said, lighting and color, but also, rhythm. I think the three are very well placed. Yeah. But I agree that the composition would need to be a little tighter. I think the photographer really wanted to finish that line from the shadow up there, but I don't quite think that we need it because I agree with Matt that the most interesting character in that picture is the one in the foreground. So I would have liked to see more of him and more of his feature, and maybe have some interest in the back, and we would still have these really nice colors, but not as much of the noise as we have on the sides with that column that's cut out. The car doesn't really add anything, and I'm a little bit bothered by that sliver of white, which could have been easily covered by the column.
The white for you.
Yeah, it bothers me too, the white. Yeah.
Okay, let's see the scores now then. 2 from Matt, 3, and what is it? 3. So 2, 3, and 3. And this picture was sent by Alexander Zenkovic from Belarus. All right, let's see. Who's going to start?
Okay.
Fulvio.
Action, doing something, is better than nothing. Strong subject. Quite interesting the atmosphere. I mean, the face of the man with the big ear, and the position, and I love the, how can I say, the jacket, okay? But again, the photographer, in my opinion, put attention just on the main subject in that case, and not in the different layers, and the photographer forgot completely the man behind. And so when we look inside the viewfinder, we have to run inside, to wave in a way with our eye inside the viewfinder, inside the scene. Try to stay focused on the main subject, of course, but no hurry at all. The man is, just smoking, and it's okay. And so if you can recognize your main subject, you can wave and check all the corners of the picture and behind the main subject, or as Matt and Eleanor said before, waiting for someone in the middle between between the camera and the subject, in order to give depth or movement at the picture. So at the end is a good subject, good action, but poor picture.
Okay.
I think the picture would have been better if the photographer had got a bit lower, and so then he wouldn't have the problem with the heads and the man behind him. I think if he'd have got a little bit lower, the man would have had more space, and he would not have the ledge coming out of the top of his head, which I find distracting. The ledge is here. I keep on seeing that, and that I just wish the photographer had just gone a fraction lower and made this, very interesting man look a little bit more imposing, more powerful, more sort of ogre-like. I think the photographer's done reasonably well because he's got close. I know why he pressed the button. I do think that the left-hand side of the frame is a little bit messy. If you close your eyes at it, you see that black block on the left-hand side, and I think that could do with not being there. So subject good, moment good, framing mediocre.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the picture is bad, but I agree with you that the photographer should have gone lower, and I also really don't like the crop of the arm. Yeah. So lower into the side would have been better, and then we would have the separation you were talking about with the people in the background. But he's very interesting, and that photograph has a very classic feel, which I like. The subject matter is interesting. I think it could be improved, but I don't think it's a bad image.
Okay, so time to see the scores. Let's see. 3 from Fulvio, 3 and 2 from Matt. So, and this picture was sent by Robbie McIntosh from Italy. So, I don't know if Robbie is here. He might be here, I don't know. Robbie? All right. All right, let's go to the next one. I think we can do a couple more, and we'll run, a few more. And so let's just, okay. This one might be here, though. We'll see.
Okay. Hello? Okay. I think all of us, when we saw this, went, the headlight. Because you look at this picture, and there's one thing that really drags your eye, and it's the headlight of the car. And it's bigger than the main subject. And so this is a 10% crop. Should have been done in the camera, but my preference would be to lose the headlight, and then you have the lady doing her makeup. I do feel that the photographer is a little bit far away. I think this is at least a 2-step problem, potentially a 3-step problem. You always risk being seen, or the person. It's just it's nighttime. It's a tricky situation. Lady in her car doing her makeup. But so you have to. But I do think the photographer needs to be closer. Apart from that, I like the feel. I like the building in the background, the sort of very imposing building. It does, talking about it, it does make me feel a bit scared. It's kind of one of those sort of moment. I almost look at it as like, wow, I feel a little bit of a voyeur through the photographer.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree with Matt about composition and the crop. Yeah, exactly. We immediately notice the lamp, and yeah, it is a kind of. But the scene is great. It's a kind of movie. I don't know, or a nightmare, or a yeah. So it's interesting, and I love the reflection, the point dot of light on the car, and the background is amazing. Action light in the main light on the subject, so it's really good, and so we can crop a little bit the picture. I don't like the crop, as Matt mentioned. You can crop. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can crop in using the camera. I mean, 2-3 steps closer, but the scene is interesting. The light too.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. Just the two lights and also the building, just like move your eye to the right side completely, and you lose your subject. So I agree with you both that the photographer could have been closer, and also if he or she had been closer, maybe tone that hand a little bit down. It's a bit bright to me.
All right, let's see the scores. And so 3, 3, and 3. That's not too bad. Okay, so that picture was sent by Stefano Bianchi from Italy. All right, we're going to do 2 more. So let's try to move through them quickly, and then we have we're going to have the final scoring, right? So, okay. So let's see the next one. Yeah. Eleanor. Let's Eleanor starts.
This is for you.
Okay.
My opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a strange photograph. It looks like a family photo gone wrong. I quite like it. It's a bit of a shame that he or she has cropped the lady's head on the right-hand side. I would have liked that to have been in, and also we have a big problem here, which is the kid smiling in the foreground. I think this is a prime example of cropping that smile out. So when you're in the camera, just have those eyes and make it just a little bit more ambiguous. We don't know whether he's smiling or crying or shouting, but with the smile, it seems like everything is probably okay, and the person with the dogs is doing something silly. But all in all, I mean, it's not bad at all, and the colours work enough. I think Fulvio is going to probably have a problem with the time of day that it was shot, and he probably hopes that they're going to be doing that moment in about 5 hours' time.
We don't have a time, right? We have a clear one.
Yeah, the moment is not the best ever. I agree with Matt again with the face of the boy, and it's totally against the light in the wrong time of the day. I mean, it's not okay to me this moment for shooting against light, and the flash is so strong, and the face of the boy is not so good. And okay, the composition, something happened in the picture. the two dogs inside the, I don't know the name, sorry, but Flare? No, this stuff is called, I don't know, and the flare, yeah. Yeah, I love your first definition of the picture, if a picture from go wrong, a family picture go wrong.
All right.
The situation is really great, and I don't know what he's doing, but it's fantastic. And I hadn't noticed at first the lady in the back that also has a stroller. I think that's a really good addition to the picture. I don't have a problem with the head of a lady being slightly cropped, actually, but the brightness of the light on the face of a kid in the foreground is just really distracting to me, more so than his smile.
It's good for the depth in the picture, you know, but not too much bright.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see the scores, and then we have one more final, and then we'll show the winner. 3, 3, and 3. Okay, so this picture was sent by Jasmine Gendron from Japan. All right, last one that we have, and yes, who wants to start on this one? Last one. Eleanor?
Since you don't know. I really the feet is great. That one, not that one. Yeah. That situation is really great, and I think the picture could have been a little better. I don't love that we can't see his face. I don't really like the juxtaposition of the wheel and the face. That doesn't quite work for me. It's also not right on his face, so you can see a bit of his eyes, but not all of it. I don't like that. I would prefer to see separation. But I like that I don't quite know where I am, why he's sleeping. I think that's interesting. I love his position in the golf cart. That's great. I like the two ladies. I'm not crazy about the mustache. Yeah. Also, I think that bar is not really well placed. And I wish the feet of the lady weren't cut out.
Okay.
Yeah, totally agree. Interesting, the colors complementary, but okay, something weird, the background, just a picture, but we miss the feet of the lady. Probably, there are so many little details in order to give strength at our picture, and we missed one really important in this picture, the feet of the lady playing with the feet of the boy, and again, you're right, this piece of, I don't know the name, just in front of the face of the lady. So
if I can just add something, I wish if the photographer had just gone a little lower, I think that would have helped a lot. People should sometimes just go just a little bit lower than eye level. I don't know why people don't move lower. That would have helped the picture.
Okay.
I think as a color photograph, it works well. I definitely am upset with the photographer for cropping the lady in orange's feet. I think he or she probably had so much time to get this right, and they just had to do one, small thing, and they messed it up. And I think what would have been nice would have been to see the cross legs of the lady, the shapes of the man in the cart. There's a few. I mean, this is all about. Obviously, this is a juxtaposition, but this is all about body language. And I do believe those feet either had to be in or seriously out. And so, for that reason, I'm not going to invest in this photograph.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's see scoring. And for the last one, we have 2, 2, and 3. Okay. So this was sent by Homer Haryanja from Indonesia. All right. So that concludes the photo slam. So let's wait for our scoring system, very sophisticated scoring system that we have.
If I can, Juan,
Yes.
I don't know if it's possible, but at the end, I would like to give 5 as the picture in black and white. I was thinking, okay, I need to wait at the end, but I agree with my colleagues.
To which one?
The one, you know, with the lady. Yeah, exactly. Thank
All
you,
right, well,
Eleanor.
let's see what the...
So please give 5 to me.
After
and-
an extensive scoring... What? Huh?
Yeah, for sure. 5, 5, 5.
Yeah, oh, you changed it. The 5, 5, 5. Wow, okay. So the winner is... Yes, let's go back to... Yep. So the winner is... That's Nikos Konidaris from Greece. Is the winner of the 2019 Trip for Milano Photo Slam.